Hello, a peek into Eswatini. It's your boy, the courtesy of hip hop, the founder and creative director of HeadCount. And I'm here with
Vivian Dumas, the founder of 7 Pillars, which houses Launchpad Business Incubator. Look for it, it's to come. And we are here to tell you all about HeadCount.
Yeah. So what do you want to know about HeadCount?
I want to know, where did it come from?
All right, so this is 2024, so let's take it back to about 2010. Myself, a guy by the name of Sabelo Mtetwa, and a young lady by the name of Musonda Chimba, we're just observing how there was a huge gap in the arena of youth-focused entertainment that is clean and productive and progressive. So we just sort of like came together, and when we started out, we would literally at the end of the month put together our monies and rent a sound system, rent a space, call young people to say, hey, if you want to dance, come through. If you want to sing, come through. If you want to rap, come through. Let's play some basketball as well while we're in there. And then it just sort of like started a movement that snowballed into something amazing. But the most important thing was that it was just a safe space, and it was a space that was curated particularly for young people. The young people who would ordinarily or otherwise wouldn't have space at a club because of the right of admission reserved, no under 18. Yeah. So we were saying we're going to create a space for those people to come through and still have fun, but it's going to be safe, it's going to be productive, and it's going to be progressive. So that was sort of like where the idea of HeadCount came from. Okay,
so is it just for rappers and basketball play and ball?
So in all honesty, when we started, it was a hip hop movement. Myself being a hip hop artist, Sabelo being like Sabelo and Musonda being like hip hop heads. And that's what it was primarily at the time. That's why we had like rap battles, dance battles in the hip hop genre, and as well as basketball as a subgenre of the hip hop culture. But what we have realized now, as we're bringing it back the second time around, is the temperature and the environment has changed drastically. You know, yes, hip hop is still present as a force, especially among the youth, but there are now other sort of like cultures and music genres that are popular with the youth. So if we're still creating a space, a safe space for young people to come through and express themselves freely, we had to take that into consideration. So now HeadCount is more welcoming of every genre that is out there, that is youth orientated, and that is prevalent in the urban culture. So again, maybe say 2012, towards the end of 2012 or maybe beginning of 2013, we ended with one of the biggest concerts that was ever seen, especially at the Coronation Park. So our very last show was a show where we actually hosted AKA, rest in peace, Kenan Forbes, at the Coronation Park. And we had like thousands.
Packed it out.
Yeah, it was packed. It was packed.
Crawling on top of folks.
You know, exactly. And it was an amazing thing. So when we ended, it ended with such a bang that we also felt like, oh, where do we go from here? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? When you do something so great and we're like, where do we go from here? When we took a break, we took a break. we broke for real, and over the years we've been double dutching. We're like, okay, we're going in, we're coming back, and it just never materialized until now, where we sort of like you and I in what started out as a WhatsApp conversation,
yes,
where I posted a WhatsApp stories of the last event we had. I'm standing in the middle of the court and I'm surrounded by young people, and Viv sees my WhatsApp story. She says, what is going on here, or what was going on here? I say to her, it was the last event of HeadCount, and she says, why did it stop? And I explained to her that one of the reasons why it stopped was because of the inconsistency of the funding of the event, because we need a venue, we need a sound system, we need basketball prizes, we need to pay the officials. There's like so much that goes on behind the scenes in terms of making a successful head count. And Viv, as Launchpad Business Incubator, said, hey, let's have a conversation about it. Let's see what we can do. And boy, did we do.
Did we do. Did we do.
Yeah.
So tell me, what is the difference between this go round and the last go around? Is there a difference outside of the different types of artists?
Sure. I think very much yes. There is more of the emphasis of the cleanliness of the fun, and the productiveness of our gathering. Given the fact that Launchpad Under 7 Pillars is a faith-based organization and initiative. So, of course, we're going to have teething problems, and even on the day, there were one or two F-bombs and B-bombs that were dropped, but it was expected because nobody was putting those perimeters or those boundaries in place until now. So now we're coming back to say, hey, young people, it is possible for you to have clean fun with no alcohol, with no profanity, no degradation, and no minimizing and all of that of each other. So that is what we're sort of just like emphasizing that as we're coming back around. And I think also it was just the fact that when 7 Pillars comes through, y'all, they come through. You guys came through with your volunteers. The place was packed with volunteers even before the participants and the audience came through. So I think that for me is such a great boost, because now we've got strength in numbers.
Yes, and a lot of the volunteers, the youth, the 7 Pillars volunteers, this was their first time coming to even that city.
Wow.
So 7 Pillars is a faith-based organization. 7 Pillars Community Development Corporation, and we're holistic, but we also see the need for young people to have clean fun and to be able to go into spaces that they've never been into before. And so we are able to challenge that on both angles. Also to see basketball, because a lot of the children that come are from the rural areas and they don't get to see the basketball because they don't have that
especially
access.
at that high level.
Yes, so talk to me about, because that was one of the exciting things is the 3-on-3 basketball and how they became to be a part of this head count.
All right, great stuff. Thank you very much for that question. I just want to send out a special shout out to Basketball Eswatini Base because I reached out to the president, Clement Dlamini, and I said, sir, look, we're bringing back head count and I'd love to have a basketball component to it. And then he said to me, look, we've covered pretty much all the different, we've got league basketball, we've got tournaments running on a regular, we've got now wheelchair basketball, we've got women's basketball, but there is a gap with the 3-on-3 basketball, which is very foundational in the development of a basketball athlete.
Yeah, so we were able to be the answer.
We were the answer to the
solution to the problem.
Exactly.
We fit right in.
We fit right in.
There was a space created.
Absolutely. So they said, look, if you guys are coming in and you're bringing in this event that's going to be happening regularly, at least once a month, then as base, we would appreciate if you would help us with this particular sort of like area or arena of our existence as an association. And I said, bet, no problem. But as fate would have it, as soon as that was unlocked, now FIBA is reaching out to say, oh, now that you guys now have an active 3-on-3 going on, great. Now we can register you guys, and now we can have you guys as a part of our regional activity, so that in the future tournaments that we're going to have, whoever wins will now be able to plug in to what's happening in the region.
So I just have to take a pause. I have to take a pause.
Pause for the cause,
right? So what I hear you saying on a spiritual level is, when there is an idea and something that we can do if we take the first step.
Come on now.
We understand that the way is already paved. They didn't have someone to fill in the 3-on-3 until we came. So now we came because of what we are doing. HeadCount, along with LPBI,
come on,
is able to now fill a gap for more people, for more basketball ballers to be involved on another level. Right?
Absolutely.
So what the vision that you have in mind to do, you don't understand the doors that it will open if you just take the first step.
Come on now.
Right?
Just take that leap of faith.
Take
that leap of faith, and we know this for a fact that wherever there's vision, there's provision.
That's right.
And that's exactly what we're seeing, and that's exactly what's happening right now. Also, what I love about the sport of basketball is that not only does it encourage camaraderie in terms of just like teamwork, but it also speaks to this idea of communication. You know, we're in a time and space right now where there's obviously different forms of communication. We're texting, we're sending voice notes, but we still need to talk to one another.
So you mean you have to put down the phone in order to play basketball?
You have to put down the phone and play basketball.
Okay.
Actually, speaking of putting down the phone, I had so many parents come to me and say thank you because it was one of the first Saturdays in a long time that their kids were not in the house on PlayStation, on their phones. They were actually outside enjoying the sun and enjoying the company of other kids as well. Because you saw, not only did we have basketball, there was a netball, the netball community came out. They were having their Think Thizzle across the court, and we also invited the skateboard, the Eswatini skate. See, you even know them better than I do.
Shout out to Jason.
Shout out to Jason Martin. So Eswatini skate also came out, and they were doing their thing there as well. And the parents were just appreciative of the fact that their kids had something to do outside in a safe environment that had been created by bringing back HeadCount, which is now being powered by Launchpad Business Incubator.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah.
So if someone wanted to be a part of the entertainment part, so I know we had 3 entertainers.
We had 3 headline acts. There were 2 performers. That was Young Tempo and Stella Jacobs. And then of course we had Miss T, the DJ. And as well as Banele WJLM. That's his name. Banele WJLM as the MC. But what you need to do to be a part of this amazing movement is look out for the movement on the socials, and as soon as the call for the next performers comes out, you send in your application, because this is what happens. You saw that outside of the headline acts, we had like a music battle that was going on. And the artists or the artist that wins the day then becomes the headline act for the next one. So that's how we're sort of just like creating a cadence like that. And just look out, follow us. Let's create a movement for us, by us. And I had to stop myself from saying let's create a movement for us young people, because I ain't no young people.
Well, I don't know. I'm still young. My heart is very young. I have the heart of the body, but the heart is what matters. Right?
There we go.
Aside from that, we have the love to see the young people grow and develop.
That's what this is all about. That's what this is all about. And actually, that's what I wanted to ask. What is it that made Launchpad Business Incubator through, obviously 7 pillars through Launchpad Business Incubator feel like they needed to be, to just put their love and their fire and their energy behind this movement?
So 7 Pillars is a holistic program. There's programs in it for every facet of the family, from the youth to the Gogos, the Makulus, to the older people, right? And so, but Launchpad Business Incubator is business, right? And the youth are the ones with the ideas, and we have to understand that and undergird that. Where do we find them at? Right? We find them at home playing. But now that they're outside, we also, as a business incubator, we want the businesses to come out, right? We also want the talent to be discovered, right? We put them on a platform. Let their voices be heard. I am a big motivator of let them hear what you have to say, because what you have to say is important.
Yeah.
Don't keep it in. Voice it out in a respectful way, in a mannerful way,
yeah.
but let your voice be heard.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You are worth being heard.
Yeah.
Right? Doesn't matter where you come from.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what rock you think you came
Yeah.
out of, right?
Yeah.
We all came from somewhere,
Yeah.
but it's where we're going. So that's why Launchpad wanted to undergird HeadCount. Aside from the fact that we get to enjoy all of the talent.
Yep.
Which brings me to a question that I want to ask. I know we're doing rap now for the talent. Are we going to move into our poetry artists? Welcome, right?
Yep.
Are other forms of entertainment welcome? Entertainment may not be the right word.
Other forms of expression.
Artistry.
Yes, and artistry, especially. Yeah, absolutely. The long and short question for that is absolutely we're inviting anyone who has a gift to bring the gift to the table.
Bring the gift.
And let's all enjoy it. But I just want to sort of double back on something that you just said, which actually ties into the fact that Launchpad Business Incubator is behind HeadCount right now. Do you know how many businesses were on the ground on the day? We had Hand of Zeus. They are a sneaker cleaning company, and of course there's basketball players who are using sneakers, whose sneakers are getting dirty because people are stepping on them when they try to back somebody down. So Hand of Zeus now becomes the cleaner and maintainer of your sneaker collection. But then also we had a lot of content creators on the ground who are just like a peek into a Swatini, who are moving around interviewing people, doing drip check, doing just like mic check 1 2 in terms of how are you finding the day, are you enjoying being in the space. We had there was a food truck that on the day, because seeing what was happening, was smart enough to adjust their menu and actually literally had a HeadCount special on the day. So many businesses, there was such a vibrant ecosystem of businesses that were launched on the day when HeadCount was happening, because of the assistance of Launchpad Business Incubator. And we just want to thank you guys very much for that, and we appreciate this partnership, and we're just looking forward to seeing some more amazing things happening.
Yes. So are we able to say when our next HeadCount will be? Can we release that? Is that ready for public knowledge?
Are we ready for release? Spare. She goes, no, it's all good. Watch the socials. The idea is to do this once every month. So we just had the first one on the 6th of July. So we're looking at either the 3rd or the 10th of August. And then we'll just keep that cadence going probably until the end of the year, hopefully. But we are looking forward to hosting a very big and special one in September. But we'll give you more details about that closer to the date.